Hard sideways, the revs are up, and the gate is down here on 65cc, 10 to 11. Moto 2, oh, those 65s bearing into the mud off the start, but who's going to get the Stasic hole shot? Maybe out of the far inside. Looks like that maybe was the 71 who got to the corner first, but the 69 machine maybe snuck through and grabbed that hole shot. Carter Gray out of St. Clairsville, Ohio with the early lead, and he did indeed grab that Stasic hole shot.
If I'm the parent, I'm wanting the kid in that bright green gear. That's easy to follow those two kids right there. That number 30, super bright gear setup.
Pretty easy to see.
100%.
Even a little mud on it, you probably still get a little bit of that shining through, able to pick out which one he is.
And the number 67 there with those purple wheels is going to be able to make his way up into second place as they go through the 10 Commandments.
Yeah, I saw the 31 of Easton Gray poking down the inside into the Commandments. I'm not sure if he was able to sneak the lead away. I think he did actually from Carter Gray.
All right, and now looking on screen, there is the number 31.
Yeah, that's Easton Graves taking over the race lead. That was our Moto 1 winner. We got outside getting hung up there. But Carter Gray up the inside was trying to move back into second place, trying to see where the 70 is of Jackson Vick, who ended up in second place in the first moto of this one. Not sure if he got a bad start or maybe he is right there in the mix and we just haven't seen him as the numbers flash through. But Easton Graves starting to open up a little bit of an advantage on the rest of the field. And hey, won that first moto. You don't want to give him a big lead.
The leader goes down, or one of our front runners anyway. I don't think that was a leader, was it? Nope, Graves made it through. It's that bright yellow gear, so he's easy to see when he's on track and on the track, literally laying on the track.
That looks to be, I believe, the 57 ride that went down right there, or maybe the 67 of Landon Lee. Yeah, 67 of Landon Lee, I believe, on that KTM went down. So Graves is leading us through the sand corner. Carter Gray is in second, and then the 37 ride coming through in third place right now. That is Chase Brennan. He was 8th in the first moto. Much better start this time around.
And now they'll give you the top 10 rundown. Easton Graves coming across the stripe first. He will set the timing and scoring correctly. The yellow flag's kind of sparsely waving. There's a few guys here and there that have gone down. Get these little dudes back up and running. What are you hearing from the track, guys? What are they saying about the racetrack itself? It's kind of thick. Some of the areas a little thick.
Thick, lots of lines, a lot of opportunities to make passes, but also get stuck, which is what we've been hearing the last few days here at the ranch with all this rain and mud. And you can tell, man, they pushed a lot of this kind of slick stuff off the top in these last little, they reworked the track for that Senior 45 Plus moto. And now most of the track looks pretty solid, I feel like.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you there. The 31 of Grace comes through. You can see that battle of 69 right behind him there. Carter Gray, Chase Brennan trying to track down our leader going into the 10 Commandments now. And that is a beehive of riders. The number 69, remember, he's the one that went down in that sweeper while leading yesterday, did a full front somersault.
And it looks like the number 69 of Carter Gray there that you're talking about loses a few spots going through the 10 Commandments, if I'm not mistaken. And he does.
Yeah, I think our second place rider in the first moto, the 70 of Jackson Vick, has gotten around both of them into the 2 spots. So he went all the way from 5th into second place as they head out to Storyland. And Vick, if I remember correctly, in the first moto crashed twice and still was able to get all the way back to second. So he had the speed to maybe run with Easton Graves, and now finally he's in position to try to catch him.
So that is Jackson Vick on the number 70 making some tracks out there. And he's one of the bigger guys. We talked about this yesterday. And, if a bigger guy in the mud is not a bad thing, man. He can manage the motorcycle a little bit, put the foot down a little quicker, handle that little motorcycle.
Yeah, Jackson Vick, 12 years old, out of Highland Village, Texas. And like you said, a little bit of extra length to him.
Not a bad thing.
Not bad at all in these conditions. Using a little bit of that leg strength and your core muscles. Oh, and he went down.
Look at that.
Laid it down in the sand. So it looks like the 37 of Brennan was the only rider to get back by. Everybody else kind of got hung up because it's real one line on the inside of the sand there.
Stuck right behind him. Having a good week, man. The 31, Easton Graves, is slowly emerging. Not slowly. He's won every moto but one that I've seen him in. And he got second in that one, and he was leading that one as well. So Easton Graves, a man on the mission.
Battle for second on again as Jackson Vick picked it up and went right back after the 37 ride.
That took no time. He's right back pretty much where he was.
Yeah. But lost a little bit of time to our leaders. So now can't see see Easton Graves anymore. Graves has got a pretty substantial margin after just 2 laps of this race, but Jackson Vick back in second place at the end of lap 2.
See who's moving on up here. Well, we don't have that information just yet. Now we do. Well, there's some guys moving down, actually. Bircher went down, and Carter Gray lost a couple of spots.
Aiden Steinbrecher up 5 spots, though. 230.
That is a name we have not said a lot about. And Aiden Steinbrecher has been a regular in the top 5 at every amateur national. He shows up, so that's good to see. There he is on camera. There, 24. He's jumped up a few spots there as he was working on one of our front runners.
Yeah, that was
Aiden Steinbrecher. Good for you, buddy.
I think that was the 30 of Brody Bircher that he just made the pass on in the mechanics area. And you can see, man, this is a really close group of riders right here coming to our Cometic corner before the 10 Commandments. We have got 6, 7, maybe 7 different riders coming into the Commandments right now.
Steinbrecher right in the middle or towards the front of that little field there. Graves and Vick trying to run away from the rest of that nonsense, man. There's about 7 kids all playing on the same piece of playground equipment. Not enough room.
It's interesting to see that, we had 4 go outside, 3 go inside, and then they stayed exactly in their lanes all the way down the Commandments.
Steinbrecher able to clear that entire field. I believe that would put him in 3rd, I believe. He's gotten around Chase Brennan.
Yeah, he is
a heck of a ride.
So maybe he is trying to run down Jackson Vick and not let the 70 machine get away. They are certainly letting Easton Graves start to run away with this thing out front, but everything behind that is a mess of battles and passes being made, and it still doesn't look like they're done as they come out of Storyland.
No, nobody's really separating themselves, but Aiden Steinbrecher has. He passed 5 people on that first lap, and I believe he's passed 4 on this one. And there is that battle, the 69 going at it. Carter Gray. What a battle in the sand there. The beaches of Normandy. Uh-oh. Rider down again. Is that the number 70 again?
Well, I saw the 70 down out our window, but the 37 machine just went down again. That was Chase Brennan. So he's lost a few positions, but I saw Vic holding up a little bit in the corner that all of our riders right here are going through right now. So I'm not sure if he actually went down.
So that is Steinbrecher right here on the 24.
Yep.
He has cleared the entire wad of riders he had to work through.
And we've seen variance in these conditions today versus our first moto. Steinbrecher was 12th in the first moto, so seems to be enjoying these muddy conditions out here, searching for some lines.
Yeah, I wonder if he's one of those kids that, oh yeah, I love riding the mud. I think he's from California. I don't think they know they love it, and I think they're just good dirt bike riders. Like Liam Olaf said, no, it's the second time I've ever done it. And I got clarity from his father because I got a message on Facebook. It is Olaf.
Olaf, okay.
Not Olaf.
Back and
I know,
forth
man. I did the same thing, and somebody messaged me, so I went to him. I said, how do you say it? He goes, I don't care. I said, well, I do. I do.
That's always the answer, right? I don't care.
It's from German descent, Olafsen, or something like that, Oppenheimer, whatever.
It's like Plessinger, Plessinger.
Cianciarulo, Cianciarulo.
Yep.
That's the 69 again down, perhaps.
Yep. I think
so it is Olaf, Liam and Joel Olaf.
Olaf.
Got it.
All right.
You know what? They'll be like, oh, it's Olaf or something with all those extra H's in there or something like that.
No, was it Olaf? Now I'm just confusing myself now.
Oh, no, Kevin Kelly.
My memory, I got Alzheimer's.
I was argued with that it was Alof. To give you a little rundown of our top 10, though, here in this 65cc 10 to 11, Easton Graves out front with a 9-second lead over the number 70 of Jackson Vick. Aiden Steinbrecher sitting in 3rd now on that number 24 machine.
It's Olaf.
Dylan Graham on the number 96 in 4th. In 5th is Chase Brennan on the number 37. Carter Gray moving down to 6th now. Easton Kirby in 7th. Trey Jarvis in 8th. Brody Bircher holding down 9th. And in 10th is Waylon Ballinger.
Well, I'll tell you, Kevin Kelly, you are on the money about Easton Graves. He is broken out. It's not just breaking out anymore. He is really riding strong this week.
Yeah, he's only got one bad moto, and that bad moto was a white flag topple over. That cost him the actual moto win. He would have had a perfect day. Still looks pretty good. We got a nice little battle here. The 70 of Jackson Vick is back at it.
And is that, he's going around the 44. It looks like a Braxton Baldock. Yeah. I thought it was maybe Steinbrecher on the 24. And there's Vick down. I think that's the same corner he got stuck in a lap ago. So got to change up his line there. I feel like he keeps making the same mistake.
His dad probably told him that a million times, but if you went and told him, he'd be like, oh, okay, man, thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the parents down there. The pit board is going out right now.
Olaf, whoever could say that to his kid. He'd be like, yeah, whatever.
So Vic will pick it up. He's still in second. He did not lose the position to Steinbrecher despite the tip over, and he'll get back around Baldock there on the 44, who is, like we said, a lap down. But Jackson Vic, man, that face of the jump right there, it's got that slick spot and then a little kick at the top, huh?
And the crazy part is, if you ask that kid about that, he goes, what? I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, they're just so used to correcting and fixing. And me, I would have went high side on the backside, and I would have been right on my backside into an ambulance. Missed a couple days of work. Got to explain that to my boss.
I'm not sure I would have even made it. I think I'd be stuck in the mud on the side of the track already or something weird like that. So
you'll see that eventually. Usually on the parade lap, some kids like kind of pull off to check something. They go into one of the 5-foot thick mud holes, and the whole race has to hold for like 4 minutes. We got to get a tractor to pull them out. I've seen that.
That's the thing about this racetrack right now, is that they've done such a good job on the track. It looks pretty good everywhere, and then, a little off-track excursion, and you'll
be in trouble.
Standing still.
There is the number 44, I believe we're looking at, Braxton Baldock. That is a very talented young man, but he's unfortunately had something go on here in this moto. He finds himself in 38.
Yeah, so still Graves leading from Vic, Steinbrecher, Brennan, and Graham.
Look at our rider in 37th. I'm glad we're not having to quite announce that name. That would be a tough one.
Should we get Wes Kane up here?
Yeah, he could definitely help us out, no doubt.
He's got it on lock. I know.
He
Wes
can pull
Kane.
it off. He can pull it off.
He's got it.
Jackson Vic hanging tough, man. Is still in the number 2 spot. After all of the adversity, Aiden Steinbrecher has not gotten up to him. He's about 8 seconds behind.
Going to be about a 15-second gap between Easton Graves and Jackson Vic that you see on screen now. Jackson Vic making his way through the Rocky Mountain sand section.
We're seeing it come down to starts a lot after this weather delay ended, and Graves was able to get into the lead early. He didn't get the whole shot. We saw Carter Gray get that whole shot, but man, as soon as Graves got in the lead, it was like he put 4 or 5 seconds on everybody else while they're still looking around,
Yeah, those guys that can get after it, a lap into it, just get moving quickly, that is a skill set for sure. A lot of the guys that I'm sure you guys have talked about it, that come over from Europe, they talk about the American pace is pretty quick early on in the race. Takes them a minute to get up to speed, so got to do it.
Yeah, that's something that, all of these riders out here in the 65cc class are learning this week. They're learning, hey, I can't mess around off these starts anymore. I got to make some quick passes if I want to move through the field, and I'm sure some of them even, by the end of the week, they'll realize, hey, off the start, man, I got to make 3 or 4 passes right away.
It really does matter. And now that we've shortened the motos, it's even more paramount. These kids kind of, little Jackson Vic shaking his head, going past the mechanics area.
Yeah, we're actually already on the white flag right here. So we're down to the 2-minute mark, peeked out the window, and the white flag is waving. So Easton Graves on his way. Look at that, doubling through the commandments.
Perfect. Look at the gap, though. Everybody kind of spread out 17, 9, 6, 7, 13 seconds. So the top 5 looks pretty locked in. Don't want to put the announcer's curse on anyone. That was a blanket statement, not directed towards any one of these individually. This is Moto 2, 65, 10 to 11. How did they finish up? Jackson, do you remember? I know Easton won it, right?
Yeah, Easton Graves was first in that first moto. Then in second, we had Jackson Vic. In third, we had Waylon Ballinger. And then in fourth was Carter Gray. And then holding down the 5th place position was Shoma Nagasagwa.
Yes.
Well, I can tell you this. The top 2, they're good. Everybody else is having an off moto for Moto 2. So all is not lost if you're one of those guys in that first moto that had a bad moto. Or a good moto, excuse me, because it looks like all the front runners in the first moto, except for first and second, are having a rough second moto, if that makes sense.
We are going to have to do some math that I'm not capable of doing, I think, to figure out these podium positions in this class.
No, that's why we got an awesome
yeah, we got some help.
Live
we got
view.
some help.
Yeah, this computer stuff really helps out for sure.
Easton Graves bringing it on down one final time as he launches out into the sand corner around the Polysport Pond. And
goes past a rider that's trying to start his motorcycle late in the moto.
Oh, he's going to drag it out of the rut first. He's going to make sure we're on some clean ground, not bury it in any deeper.
That was Race Matson, number 83. What you got, Jackson?
So Easton Graves here coming out of Louisiana. One more turn to go, and he is about to do it.
That was an early one-hander. He was 150 feet from the finish line. My man Easton Graves throwing the peace sign out. Yeah. That's 2, boys.
That's
Easton
2.
Graves is here.
I like it. I like the confidence. Looks like he's ready to roll into this third moto.
Man.
Riding the high of winning another one here in this 65
Easton
CC
Graves.
10 to 11
Coach
class.
Ogeron is pumped. Hey, Graves, you do good. Carter Graves should get second. No,
And there
Jackson
is-
Hicks will get second. Excuse me. Wow, what happened there, Chase Brennan? Is that correct? Where'd Aiden Steinberger go all the way back to 7th?
I think we are having a little bit of
we're
an
on lap
issue
2
on the
now.
screen here. We're back to lap 2, so
Well, Aiden Steinberger's going to have
There
a
we
great,
go.
I can predict he's going to go all the way up to 3rd, folks, and he does. There it is.
look at you, Kevin Kelly.
Wow, Control-Alt-Delete down there in live score and timing. Graves, Vic, and Steinbrecher as the camera frame is frozen as well.
You got the magic ball. You know what's coming up next. All right, so this is going to end up our 65cc 10 to 11 Moto 2. Easton Graves with the win over Jackson Vic. Aiden Steinbrecher in 3rd with Chase Brennan 4th. Dylan Graham rounded out our top 5. Looks like Trey Jarvis is about to cross the line here in the 6th spot, and he does, just ahead of Landon Lee. Brody Bircher, Carter Gray, Easton Kirby appear to have finished up inside in the top 10 in this moto. Actually, Ballinger, I should say, snuck in there late as they crossed the line. So Ballinger,
He had a good first moto, too.
yeah, he did. I believe he was 3rd in our first moto, so he came all the way back up into 9th.
Salvage mode, huh?
Especially with these overall results all over the place, man. A 9th could be huge. come to the
Salvaging
final
a good
moto.
finish, just like Jackson is in the salvage business himself, owns a trash company.
There you go.
23-year-old entrepreneur owns his own trash service, Jackson. Who do we got next here? Super Mini 2, 13 to 16, as we have a nice tight look there. Alpine Stars, gear set up on point, 100% goggles. Landon Gordon looking fresh. We see you, Landon. You look good, buddy. The goggles are on point.
He's
Dude.
focused. He's locked.
Yeah, he's not listening to me. He shouldn't be. Got that whole shot device, going to lock it down. Doug Duchette putting the finishing touches on that KX85 Super, or 105, I guess, the Super Mini. Lock it down. Here we go. Pachow.
It's a good look right there.
Just popped that gear right out of the bag.
Feels clean.
Look at that. There's Game Motos. Mr. Albertson. That's where he trains him up. I guess he's helping him out. A lot of these training facilities kind of spread out. They really get locked in about 6 weeks, 2 months before Loretta Lynn's. You see all the kids disperse from their hometowns and drag the RV and kind of work their way about halfway here to Oklahoma to Albertson's place. Call it home for about 6 weeks. Get acclimated to that heat.
Boot camp.
It is literally a boot camp.
All right, we're getting ready to send it down to the podium here shortly, where I believe Zach Herron is ready to interview Easton Graves.
Hey, perfect timing, guys. Make some noise down here at the podium. Grabbing the gold medal, Mr. Easton Graves. Man, big smile on that, man. Come on, step in front of the bike. Perfect timing. We're gonna let these guys go by. Man, I like your style. You got a nice pose up here. You're feeling comfortable, man. We saw you. You were fist pumping in the air when you crossed the line. Fist pumping coming down here. You're feeling good right now.
Yeah, this is my 2 days ago was my first ever gold, and now I'm on 3. I'm on a roll right now. I have 3 in a row, so I just want to keep it going through the week.
What's that going to take, man? We've thrown everything we've got at you. We threw the dry. We threw the rain. We threw the ruts. What's it going to take to stop you, man? You're on fire right now.
Good starts, and first lap I fell, and I'm lucky I didn't get past because I had a big lead on the first lap. After that, I just checked out and went as smooth as possible for the whole moto.
Hey, smooth as fast. That's what it takes to get the job done, and that's exactly what you did, man. Who do you want to thank for grabbing another gold?
My mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, my whole friends and family, Rocky Mountain ATVMC Rides Unlimited Team, 7, Bell, Scott, Alpine Star, 7, Roger over there for making me look good, Johnny and Primo and all them over at Scott for getting my vision clear, Dunlop Tires, Bees Moto Lab, Moto Sandbox, Kyle Cheeseman, Ryan Sipes, they helped me out a lot. Pro Taper, Thrill Seekers, Lynx Racing, MTF, and everyone else that helps me out. Thank you.
There you go. One more time, Easton Graves adding another gold to the collection out here at the 2023 Loretta's. Look at that. I'm taking a bite out of it. The old signature move there. A great job from the number 31. Next up to the stage. Man, we couldn't keep this kid down. A great race for the number 70. Put your hands together, grabbing a silver medal, Mr. Jackson Vic. Jackson throwing on that silver, man. I can see it. You were wanting a little more. You were pushing hard. You found yourself on the ground a couple of times, but, man, you got the heart of a lion. You never quit.
Yeah.
That's all you can do, man. Just keep it going. You're on the podium once again. What's the plan going into the third race?
To win.
To win. Short, simple, to the point. You got business on your face, man. Who do you want to thank?
My mom, my dad, Jesus Christ, JK Cycles, Adventure Moto, Enzo Racing, Huxon Brand, Answer Racing, 100%, JG Vic Consulting, and everybody else. Thank you so much.
There you go, guys. Give it up for Jackson Vic. Heart of a lion out there. He had a rough one. Never gave up. And you can see it. You can see it on his face. This means a lot out here. These guys are battling hard. And talking about battling hard, Aiden Steinbrecher, the next one up here on the box, grabbing a bronze medal. Put your hands together for third place. A great job for Aiden. I'm going to let him get a shot, and then we're going to chat it up with your bronze medal recipient. Man, what a race it was. Taking a bite out of that thing. Does that not hurt?
No.
No. Okay, I guess not. Whatever. Anyway, what did it take to get this bronze, man? You are a big smile, and you got to be feeling good.
Oh, just my mom, my dad, just everybody who's got me here. I just pull the throttle and you get here.
Hey, just leave it wide open. Sometime at some point you'll end up on a podium, right?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you got the job done, man. I heard you giving the family a big shout out, but who all do you want to thank?
The Lord just kind of keep me safe. My mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, Fox, 100%, Dunlop, Maddie, everybody from Gas, Daniel, Jeff from MX Clinic, T-Rex Throttles, Ethica, FMF, and everybody supports me. Thank you, Fox.
There you go. One more time, guys. Aiden Steinbrecher grabbing a bronze medal. You know you're doing well when you got so many sponsors. You got to take multiple breaths. That's what I'm talking about out here. Hey, don't forget we got a Stasic Hole Shot Award to give away as well. Carter Gray, the first one around the first turn. So I'm going to see if I can go hunt Carter down. There he is. He's coming up. Put your hands together. Mr. Carter Gray grabbing the Stasic Hole Shot Award. A huge congratulations. Hold that thing up high, man. It is a huge accomplishment. Grab a hole shot out there. And we saw how the race started out, man. Why don't you come over here and tell everybody on Racer TV, how was the rest of the race?
I got the whole shot, and then I didn't change my lines, and I just got passed a lot, and then I crashed in the billboard turn. It just wasn't good.
Hey, but what I'm hearing is you learned a lot, and you were still able to start strong, and you got a whole nother race to go out there and show what you know, right?
Yep.
All right, you're going to focus forward, man. I know you got great people backing you up. Who do you want to thank?
My mom, my dad, God keep me safe, Driven MX Training, Brett, Tyson, Cobra, OG, X-Brand Goggles, and thank you so much for everyone else.
There you go, guys. That's what I'm talking about. These kids are hard on themselves, even after such an accomplishment like that. A huge congratulations to Mr. Gray there, our Hole Shot Award winner.